thought, if I'm being honest with you, I kind of half expected us to start the way we did. I thought last week's game against Lee took a lot out of us, both physically and emotionally. It was a real big performance from us last week, and I felt we were flat to start the game. I mean, our completion rate at half-time was 42%, so that's just sort of an indicator of how much energy was spent defensively. But I said to the boys at half-time that even though we completed there, I still didn't think we had that energy or that tempo from the start. We were very flat to start the game. I had a chat to our middles, who I felt didn't give us the punch or go forward and lay that platform that we needed them to. And I thought their second spell, John Wallace and Erjan Delapi, did give us a bit of a platform. I thought Reece Lovegrove, when he went up in the front row in that second half, gave us that impetus going forward. And that allowed, obviously, Ray Nassar and Brad Dwyer to get out off the back of that. And we did start to play with a bit more tempo. And as you rightly said, we did find a second gear and bring the game home very well.
Jared's going to be great fun to watch in the next month or so, however long he's here for.
Yeah, well, Jared's here at the moment on dual reg, so he goes week by week. So it's basically a case of us speaking to Wakefield and obviously agreeing that we can have him that week. I mean, it's the danger, I guess, when you're doing the dual reg system is, you might start to form a bit of a partnership somewhere. And like I said, we've both got Tom Gilmore and Jared Samet in, and Jared could be recalled back in a week, 2 weeks. You just don't know. And but for me personally, I want to keep the pair of them as long as we can. At the end of the day, I don't want to be chopping and changing half-back pairings. We've got a young kid in Joe Keys who we're still trying to develop and nurture, because again, we need to get the best out of him in the long term. In the future. We've got William Bartow obviously to come back as well when he's fit in hopefully early July. So it's important that we do try and form a partnership in the halves, as long as we can, to obviously help the team.
What's the injury news with the probs?
Yeah, we're pretty light at the moment, as you've probably noticed. We've been carrying 5 or 6 of our London kids. Since pretty much round one. It's an area that I always felt we probably haven't got enough seasoned or battle-hardened or established players within our squad. I mean, I look at our squad of top 25, and there's 10 of them in there that are I'd class as sort of inexperienced or young players. Ideally, you probably wouldn't have that many in your top 25, but that's the reality. So I think they're doing a great job for us, though. I think the young kids are doing a fantastic job. They were outstanding last week. I thought they were great again today. But there's going to be a time when they're going to break down, and I'm mindful of that. I don't want to kill these kids. My sort of philosophy and my principle is I want to build this team around those 9 or 10 kids that we have, in the years to come. So what I'm thinking is in 3 years' time, those 9 or 10 kids that we've got, your Erjan Delapis, your John Wallaces, your Joe Keys, your Toby Everetts, your Joel Wicks, your Ilias McCartney's, Oscar Thomas's, Harvey Burnett's, they're all in there, and we're looking to build around those guys. They're the nucleus of the team in 3 years' time, and we can obviously add the quality of overseas players and northern players around that continue to take the team forward. But reality is, at the moment, we are where we are. We're light on players being available to start with through injuries, but we're also aware that we do have a lot of kids, and I'm wary of not breaking or killing those kids. We've got some, like I said, good quality players and good senior players in the group, and we've got, like I said, a hell of a lot of young kids. We just need to find more middle of the road players that are in the sort of peak of their careers and like I said, are established.
What's he done to his ankle?
Just getting assessed now by the doctors. So, all I can say is obviously that he has got an injury to it. How bad it is or the severity of it, I can't comment on. So, like I said, the docs are assessing it right now as we speak.
Anybody else pick up now?
No, we had a couple of guys. Yeah, nothing major. We've got a couple of blokes who were carrying knocks into the game. So, again, we're going to have to assess them through the week. And like I said, I'm under no illusions we need to bring more bodies in. Like I said, because like I said, it's putting a lot of pressure on guys who are carrying injuries in the games. Yep.
But how have you found your first week as a head coach, albeit interim at the moment?
Yeah, no, I've enjoyed it. It's sort of obviously happened very, very quickly. Obviously things kind of, were dropped on us at the back end of last week going into the league game, and I had to handle that. And and obviously this week it's been great. I think the players have responded really well. They haven't dwelt on it, and it was important that we didn't dwell on it. We just had to, move on very quickly, because we are where we are, and that's reality. And we had a job to do this week, so my focus was on just preparing the players as best as I could with the staff that I did have available. I thought we had a very, very good week preparation-wise. We came to into this game wanting to get a result. We did that, albeit we were nowhere near good enough or where we wanted to be. But we know where we are, and the thing is, we're going to have to take things step at a time. Just build it, build it, build it. You know what I mean? And I'm confident that the team will find itself in coming weeks, and will continue to move forward in the right direction.
Did you think this was a must-win game?
Mate, they're all must-wins, aren't they?
Well,
you know what I mean? At the end of the day, you don't play to...
There are some games where if you don't win, you think, well, we weren't expected to get anything. I don't
buy into that. At the end of the day, you prepare to win, and that's it, and you look to win.
But there are some games, such as the league game last week. To get the win there would have been a magnificent and outstanding performance. Certainly
under the circumstances and with the squad that we have available at the moment. Yeah, I guess I see what you're saying there. I guess there is an expectation that we should be winning games like this. We are the full-time side and all that. But make no false illusions that a lot of these part-time teams now are strengthening their squads, either through using the dual reg system or the loan system. There are a lot of quality players that have now dropped back into the championship. A lot of these part-time teams are doing a lot more than they used to do. Some players and some clubs now, they're getting them in the morning doing work before they go to work and whatnot. So they're doing, I know for a fact, in the championship there's a lot of part-time teams now doing more than they ever have done, because of the fact that there are 3 full-time teams in the competition to help prepare them. So we know the sort of animal that we're facing week in, week out, and it's not going to be a given. We've got to earn the right. And at the moment, where we're at, we've still got a long way to go to where we need to be, the finished product. But that excites me as a coach, because we haven't played all our cards yet, and we're still building and we're still improving, and the potential within the team is enormous, and that's what excites me, that we can only get better as we move forward. And I do think there's 1 or 2 teams in the competition that probably have peaked a little bit, and I'm not sure if they can do much more than where they're at the moment.